Monday, it's meteorologist Erica Martin with Weather Co-op, where weather meets community. We have a very active Sunday as far as weather goes. Lots of storms moving through the Gulf states, but we're actually preparing for a pretty active Monday. Now, what's interesting is we're seeing some wintry type weather for parts of the Intermountain West as an area of low pressure continues to move across the Intermountain West. And I'm trying to make sure that before we continue here, everything looks like it's functioning really well here. Looks like we might have a little bit of a delay on with Erica Martin. So if you happen to be on that page, just keep that in mind. But yeah, we absolutely are tracking some active weather that's looming across the nation. And really, there's just so many types of weather situations happening right now that we have to pay really close attention to what's happening. I'm going to do my best here to go ahead with the With Erica Martin stream, and hopefully you guys can see this pretty well. If not, no worries. I'm going to just do my best here in the meantime. But I am meteorologist Erica Martin with Weather Co-op, or Weather Meets Community, and I'm kind of in my Sunday cash as we do some weather. Hey, Wool Dog, how are you? Thank you so much for joining us. As we are doing a lot of last minute details when it comes to app preparation and some environmental endeavors and some climate endeavors. So, excuse me for my Sunday finest or not so finest. I'm kind of just chilling a little bit today, trying to make sure that we get everything done. So, I want to quickly go through, and I'm actually going to go ahead and capture these in small, like bites. Okay, we're only going to do like 8 to 10 minutes for each hit, and then we're going to come back and update you some more. There's a lot happening. I'm going to just take it right, go. I'm going to kind of just look right into the Rockies, the central southern plains. This is an area, excuse me, desert Southwest. This is an area of interest. It has been an area of interest as far as fire weather goes for the past several days. This is what we're watching for you. Now, look what's happening. We're also getting some thunderstorms that are firing up right around the plains. Now, I also want to show you here as I dig on in a little bit. This is an area of low pressure that we're watching. You can actually see we're getting some returns. We are getting some light precip. We're also getting a little bit of a wintry type precip, right? So we still have some cold air that's filtering in, and it's not too hard to tell. You can just see the direction of everything. Now, here's an area of high pressure that's developing, a pretty strong one, just off the west coast there, and we're going to watch that very closely because that could be a trigger for fire weather to really accelerate, and I think that could be something that we'll be really concerned about. And you guys remember at the top of the year, there was a lot to do about the dry conditions and the Santa Ana winds, which I don't think was really expressed enough. So we're going to go into details and really talk about why this is of interest as far as that area of high pressure. Keeping in mind that we are in ENSO neutral situation right now. We are out of La Nina. We're going into an ENSO neutral, or we are right now. And then, of course, we have to look at where we're going ahead. And now, if you guys will recall, last October, I told you guys, again, I'm casual. It's a casual Sunday. Last October, I told you guys I was concerned about where we were headed for January. And I got a lot of pushback where people were like, no, it's not going to be that bad. Just because it's not a lot of rain, it doesn't mean it's going to be, it doesn't mean it's good weather. So, like, as you guys saw, it was fire weather, right? So this is what we're going to look at, the potential for the long range outlook, okay? Because this is a really big problem as far as this fire weather goes and that area of high pressure. I have to look at how strong that one is right now. It's a pretty good one right now. Let me just get an approximate. Wow, it's about 1,026. Actually, might be like 1,028 millibars, guys. Hey, what's up? Hey, Dave Velez, can you hear me right now? Victor Greenwood, hey, how are you? Dave Velez, shout out. Oh yeah, Dave Velez, do me a favor. You're my verified weather watcher. Can you tell me if the image is frozen on my With Erica Martin? But Victor Greenwood, give us some information from where you are in California. Let us know what the weather's like in your neighborhood. I can see Dave Velez 122 has good afternoon. Currently, Connecticut, it's 53 degrees. You guys are getting a warm start to the work week. Degrees, the winds clocking at 21 miles per hour. Again, this is a verified weather watcher. If you do want to become a verified weather watcher here at Weather Co-op, please let me know. I will help you and guide you because we do have a wonderful rollout for our verified weather watchers here at Weather Co-op. And I'm excited for all the information you guys are sharing. So go ahead, Victor Greenwood, share. Tell us what's happening in your neck of the woods as far as the weather goes. And Dave Velez, you are the best. Guys, these are some serious storms that are firing up. Wow, look at these right here. This is going to be a problem tomorrow, guys. I promise you right now. First of all, I'm looking at everything that's happening. What's interesting is I looked at somebody's write up talking about a positively tilted trough. I understand. I mean, that's pretty much to be expected anytime you're getting a trough at the mid levels, right? But I would be really I kind of am a little bit more intrigued on whether this trough tilts negatively. Because remember, when the trough tilts negatively, you're going to get cold air that's going to move on up, and that's going to be a lot more of a disruptor, and it's going to be a lot more capable of producing some stronger storms. Okay, so these storms right now that are moving through. Wow, there you go. These are some. This is a special weather statement. I'm going to go ahead for this storm cell right here. Okay, you guys. All right, let's go into Tupelo, that area. So we're going into the Arklatex region. Okay, this guy right here. This is a strong little signature. Do you guys see this feature right here at Oxford? So it's going to be right in Oxford. Okay. Let's see. Let me go out a little bit farther. Okay. Just crossing the Mississippi. Okay. So it's in Oxford right now. I'm going to gather that this you see this shaded area in the beige, that's going to be a special weather statement. So I'm going to do something for you guys. You know, I always operate in real time. I need to show you guys my work, and so that you guys know that Weather Co-op is one of the most accurate forecasters and weather companies around. Special weather statement: strong thunderstorm impacting Lafayette and East Central Panola counties through 5 p.m. local time. 4:26 p.m. Doppler indicated was tracking a storm. Yeah. So Doppler indicated storm system. It was a return that suggested that this could be a very, and there we go. Severe thunderstorm warning. I'm telling you guys, keep it here with us. You guys understand that these storm systems are worthy of real-time reporting. Okay. So I'm glad that you guys are with me here. And I think a lot of you guys are totally into this. Like, I just get that because you guys absolutely understand how urgent it is to give you guys the updates now. So we were just watching this. It was a special weather statement. Radar indicated, I'm going to say this is probably Titan impact range at Weather Co-op of maybe a 4, maybe 3.8. Okay. It's strong. It's not terrible right now. But what I do think this is a fast mover. And also look at the direction he's moving in. So I'm going to say, and then he's actually, wow, he's actually fighting up against the current of the strong Gulf moisture. Wow. And then do you see how the vectors get closer and closer together over Oxford? Okay, that would suggest that there is a really strong wind speed or wind gust in that area. So let's zoom in a little bit closer. We're in Mississippi right now. Okay, we've just crossed over the Mississippi River, the storm cell, and they're tapping into a lot of moisture. This was a special weather statement, and then just as we were seeing it in real time, for you guys who had just joined me, you saw that this was actually upgraded to a severe thunderstorm warning. Radar indicated. Okay, so we're getting some kind of a return that's saying this is likely to really be a situation. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put our radar on. Okay, let's look at this. Okay, this could. Do I think this is this? We could see a funnel cloud here. Do I think we could see a tornado? I don't see that the value is high enough just yet. But you know what? We never underestimate anything of this nature. Only because look at what's happening. Do you see how it's tapping into the moisture? And look at the wind profile. So it's coming in from a south/southeasterly, southwesterly, and they're all converging right over this town. Let's figure out what this town is right here because they're getting slammed. So it would be just west of Aylesville, Mississippi, northwest of Taylor, east of Terza, east of Batesville. And let's see if we can zoom in and get a pop. Burgess. So Burgess, Mississippi. Okay. So look what's happening right here. They're right under that. I don't see a hook yet, but it doesn't mean that it's not something that could go tornadic. I do, but it's developing nicely. Okay, let's see if we can slice this guy quickly. I didn't even get into the entire forecast yet, right? I was like, let's see if we can slice this guy. He might be able to do it. No, this is what happened to me the other day. I'm not sure why I did that. It's okay. We'll just undo it. We'll come back to it. Yeah, I'm going to have to reset this. Let's see. There we go. This might do it. Let me set this again. Let's see if it does it. it tilting? But let me get off of this product quickly and I'll be right back, okay? So I'm going to quickly just show you our future cast and then I'm going to come back to that graphic. Wow. Okay, guys, do you see what's happening over the Intermountain West? So they've got that wintry precip, as we said, area of low pressure moving across the Intermountain West. Associated boundary, of course, is allowing it to pick up steam. We also had that storm cell, which I have to go back to. It's moving across like the northern Rockies. There was one storm cell that was just beelining it northward, which I actually think could be a lot more interesting simply because whenever you're talking about any type of storm system that's tapping into cold air, that could always be a problem. Once again, it's meteorologist Erica Marti with Weather Co-op, where weather meets community. I think I told you guys that this was the new logo our creative director designed, which I think is stunning. And there's a reason behind this. There's a couple of other products that he designed for us, but the USPTO actually approved our Weather Co-op logo that you see up in that corner. We actually didn't think it was going to get approved. We were told that it was probably going to be a little bit of a pushback. Got it, and then we ended up getting a couple of other awesome patents and stuff. So thank you so much to the USPTO. But now because of that, we have to put this logo on pause. But no worries, this guy's coming back soon, okay? We're going to use it for some other products. But shout out to Hanif for always coming up with the most creative, cool concepts. All right, speaking of creative and cool, Mother Nature. What's more creative and cool than Mother Nature? Nothing. So here, I'm going to go ahead and put this Futurecast into motion because I actually think that tomorrow is going to be a bigger problem as far as weather goes for the Midwest, but also just in general, I think we're going to get a lot of active weather moving through. And in fact, if you just saw that right there, let me pull back. Monday evening. See that? See where you're populating across the northern plains, across the Great Plains there? You see that yellow? We're going to look at that at an SPC product quickly, okay? We're going to compare. So if you happen to be traveling to these areas, these little pockets, including the Intermountain West, the Great Plains, Northern Rockies, Central Rockies, up through UP, which I think could be a problem tomorrow, and of course through the Midwest, you guys are going to have to keep an eye out for that. So if you have any friends, family members, keep them in the loop with Weather Co-op. Now, notice what happens here through Missouri. You guys are always getting slammed in Missouri. I wish I could relocate you so that you didn't always get slammed with it. But yeah, that's the case, okay? So that's going to continue to move eastward, and then we're going to be tracking some more active weather. So before I go back to our real-time data set, let's take a look at what's happening as far as our SPC outlook here for what they're saying is a problem for severe weather. Okay, this is what we're looking at for day one, which means today. Okay, so can you see what's happening here? We have this area that includes thunderstorms, not severe, and then we have a slight risk of those storms that's moving through the northern plains, cutting right across the southern plains into, wow, pretty much into Mexico, right? Okay, let's get to the next image here. Bingo, bango. This is a problem tomorrow, guys, okay? I want you to make sure that all of your friends, family members, coworkers, colleagues, heck, people you don't even like, make sure you let them know that this is going to be a problem tomorrow. Look what's going to happen tomorrow. We are under a risk of a really strong active weather situation tomorrow afternoon, tomorrow evening, especially. A lot of daytime heating, we'll have to look at that as well, but we'll watch this closely with you guys here at Weather Co-op. Look what happens as this continues to move. You know, everything migrates eastward there. And as I mentioned earlier when we first started this, you know, when we're looking at what's happening at the mid and upper levels, and I'll show you in just one moment what I mean, you're going to look at what's happening. So remember, you got the surface, you got the middle, and then you got the upper levels of the atmosphere. And generally what happens is the top system there is the maneuvers everything, right? It's like the steering mechanism, and then you try to make sure that every layer is attached, because sometimes you'll get it where it's like the upper level system is just like spinning out, and this is going to be a problem. Okay, let's get to the next product, and I'm going to go back to our radar. See what happens here? So we're going back into that risk of marginal, even enhanced, if you will, because while this looks like a brown color right around Pennsylvania, can you see like upstate New York? Do you see this looks like it's brown? It's actually orange, which means enhanced risk, okay? So now let's go back. It's going to kind of fade to gray one moment as I click over to this product, okay? Just give it a second, no worries. So remember, this is all happening in real time, guys. I want you guys to be aware that we have a lot of active weather that's happening over the next 48 hours. super active. And this is really a signal. I told you guys last week, this is a signal that as we move ahead next couple of days, we're going to just start kicking into that summer type weather. And remember, hurricane season, Atlantic Basin, June 1st. All right. So we're not far off. And we're also looking at these little dots here that are indicative of earthquakes that have happened over the past 24 hours. There hasn't been anything. Let's see really quickly before I say that. Stick my foot in my mouth, which I had before. It's fine. There hasn't been anything locally that strong. So we're going to keep it moving. Okay. So let's take that off and we're going to go back to our satellite. Remember, this is, can you see the area of low pressure? Look, here's this guy right here. This is the guy that's going to be a problem. Okay. He's going to continue to move eastward, low. All right. Now I'm going to show you a couple of other items too. Remember when I said mid and upper levels? So now we are going to be going higher up in the atmosphere. And I always do this with you guys because I want you to really see this with your own eyes. So that if somebody asks you, you guys are super adept, okay, and capable of expressing what's happening. Look what just happened. Let me go back to the surface. Okay. We're just going to go to like 10 meters, right? Boom. Look what happens. Can you see the low? Can you see it? Can you see that low? Associated frontal boundary, right? Okay. Now, what happens when I go to 850 millibars? So just a little bit higher in the atmosphere, still considered low level, right? As far as the entire atmosphere goes, but a little bit higher up. And now we're at, I think it's like 3,600 feet. So now we're going a little bit higher up. Look what happens. We tap into that serious Gulf moisture. This guy right here. Yeah, this is the guy we were watching earlier. Yeah, I'm going to go back over here, guys. Let's see if we can slice this again. Wow. Okay. So here we go, guys. We're at 850 millibars. I'm going to go back to the surface for our storm, okay? Because I need to see surface situation. Remember, the storm is like, we need to know what's actually making it to the surface. Okay. So what we're seeing here is still radar indicated. Let me see if we're getting any storm reports of interest apart from hail. Now, that doesn't mean that hail isn't important or a lot of rain isn't important. You guys know it is. But in this case, I'm looking for any type of funnel cloud. So hail. All we're getting right now is hail. But let's just see. Let's see what size hail, okay? Let me go back just 1 hour loop. Okay. Instead of 3 hours, I'm just gonna go 1 hour. Just 1 hour loop. Okay. And let's go ahead and hit a query box. All right, guys. Another thing, if you guys hail an inch in diameter, if you guys don't follow us on our YouTube page, make sure that you do, because that's where we're getting a lot of our products uploaded in a lot of our episodes for Weather Co-op Show. So the Weather Co-op Show is a show that's hosted by myself and Anna Maybury. We have a lot of guests that come on. It's a really fun opportunity to meet all types of people who understand and appreciate weather, whether it's weather and sustainability, weather and environment, weather and wellness, things of that nature. But I want you guys to join us there. So that's on our YouTube page at Weather Co-op. And if you are on my page right now, it looks like I might be frozen. But if not, whatever, just join us on our Weather Co-op page. Okay, more reports of hail. Do you see how that populated? This is what, wow, almost 2 inches in diameter. Reported right now. It's an instant report for you guys. Do you guys see what I do for you? I want to make sure that you guys understand. I've had a couple people ask me, what's the delay with the app? This is the delay with the app. Like my maniacal passion for weather. I want to make sure you guys are not getting a really crappy forecast. This is right now at 4:37 p.m. And in fact, we're picking this up 1 minute sooner. So we're 2:46 p.m. PDT, 4:37 PDT, hail diameter of just under 2 inches. So that's a pretty good size hail. So that's a golf ball size hail reported at the Clear Creek community in Burgess, Mississippi. So this was reported by an emergency management expert, okay? Now, once again, in this situation, I'll accept this as Bible only because it's not a tornado, but if it's ever something that's a tornado that's reported, I'd have to wait for the National Weather Service, and I'll always let you guys know, okay? So in this case, this is why you want to be a part of Weather Co-op and our Weather Co-op community. We're working for you guys here in real time. You guys know this is what I do. It's all I do. That's kind of what I love to do, especially when we're talking about things like sports. Actually, the other day, we went to go watch our very first Dodgers game. Guys, we're New Englanders, so need I say who our team is? But still, we appreciate amazing baseball nonetheless. And special shout out to one of my Northfield Mount Herman alumni mates who got us some really cool tickets. And we went with a really awesome kid who wants to be a baseball player and his awesome mom. And we had a fun time. And we're talking about how the wind. Now the wind was like it was pretty calm, but there would be some little gusts that would push through. I'm gonna gather it has to do with that area of high pressure just offshore. I'll quickly show you guys. Okay, see this guy right here. Wow, this guy's big. I think I said 1,026 millibars. We might go with 1,028. Okay. All right, and I'll look at that in one moment. Now let's see here. Let's see. Let's just get some info here. Okay, especially when we're talking about that size hail. Now, what I will do for you, and I'm not going to do it now because I told you guys I'm only going to do these like 8 to 10 minute increments. Oh, we're at 21 minutes. Oh my God. Okay, guys, we're at 21 minutes. It's all good. We're gonna get through this together. Again, I'm like kind of just bumming out today, casual, because we're doing some upgrades with our computer system. But oh wow, smoke, fire. So, do you see all these little icons on this page? Okay, see, follow my little blue hand here. See, can you see my little blue hand? Okay, little blue hand. Do you see this right here? These are all the reports that have been reported reported by different types of people, whether it's a public, awesome community member, or if it's like an emergency rescue management member. These are all reports here. This is flooding. Okay, this is of interest to me because this area here is a big problem for fire weather. We have a dust storm that happened at 2:50 p.m. local time. Remember, that's MDT, right? And this was in Hagerman, New Mexico. Law enforcement reported that New Mexico Route 2 is closed between Navajo Road and Felix Ranch Road due to poor visibility. Oh my gosh, I have to tell you, in order of like my personal fear, like there are a couple things I don't do. I'm fine to chase a tornado. It's because I think tornadoes, you really, unless it's rain wrapped, it's a nocturnal tornado, you can generally see it if you're not like hot dogging out there. But wow, dust storms. I've only ever been in like a minor dust storm with some visibility, and it was very claustrophobic. And I could see where people would panic. It's like being in fog, but just a little bit different because it's just dry, right? So you're just not. I'm sure if you live in this part of the nation, you're used to it. I hope you're not. I hope you appreciate it. So we have dust storm reports that have been issued. Lots of wind gusts. You see this icon right here. So these are wind gusts that have been reported as well. So these are, in this particular case, we're seeing non-thunderstorm related wind gusts, but that's to be expected because look what happens here as I take all these off. And in fact, I remove our local storm reports. You see the wind converging right over the northern Rockies, across the central Rockies, and the Four Corners. Do you see this? This is a problem. And then once again, we're going to go back to this guy over here. He's like, please keep on. But they have since removed the severe thunderstorm one. And that's what I said to you guys. I didn't think this was going to be a tornadic situation, but hey, listen, if your car's out there and you're getting golf ball size hail, that's a problem. I'll show you guys some really fun pictures that I took of some golf ball size. Actually, it was like grapefruit size, but we'll show you those, okay? So yeah, we're still seeing some more storms moving through the Gulf states. So we have a few storm cells in Louisiana, some in Alabama, some in Mississippi, now just approaching the Florida Panhandle. We're also seeing one little storm cell that's just made it over the state line into Georgia. And a special weather statement. Okay, now this is a Titan impact range of about 2. It's not the strongest storm, and he's actually not that fast either. Okay, let's get this into motion. He's not the fastest little storm, but you know what? Sometimes you got to watch these guys because they can get. Do you see how this is all converging into this air? So he's tapping into a lot of. Wow, he's tapping into some colder air that's pulling in. He's also tapping into that warm, juicy Gulf air. This one could be deceiving, okay? And this has a special weather statement, so let's remove that quickly And let's hit that query box over it without getting the precip. Special weather statement, strong thunderstorm impacting southwestern Calhoun County and southwestern Georgia through 6 p.m. local time at 5:40 p.m. And when we say local, of course, that would be EDT for them. That would be Doppler indicated. We just said that, tracking a strong thunderstorm over Arlington or 7 miles southwest of Morgan. Strong thunderstorm is nearly stationary. We just said he's not really moving fast, right? He's not doing anything. Stationary. So that leads me to another concept. When we talked about the upper level steering mechanism versus the mid level and then the surface, I personally am not a fan of anything stationary out there. It's not only because I'm just hyped up and hyper and full of energy. I just don't like stationary features like this because these can dump. He's moving a little bit now. He's not the fastest guy, but he's getting, look at how the wind is just, he's all this updraft. And so he's getting a little bit of that cold air moving in. He's getting that juicy Gulf air as well. And right now, it looks like the hail size is increasing. Okay. Wow, look at this. I'm curious to go a little bit higher up to see what's happening. Remember, we're at the surface right now. Let's just go to 700 millibars. Okay, and let's just see what happens. Okay. So if I go to the surface again, look what's happening. Do you see how we're getting a northerly wind, an easterly, and you're getting, hey, Weather Co-op sent Weather Co-op's live video to your group. Watch it before it ends. Well, let's see here. Hey, Beverly Hills Smart. Join. What's up, Beverly Hills Smart? Hey, Beverly Hills Smart, tell me if I'm static on my With Erica Martine page. Looks like I am, but hopefully people can hear us. Okay, so look what's happening here, guys. Remember, we just talked about this is a near stationary storm. It's not a fast mover, but do I like this one? No, this one could be a little sneaky. It's got that easterly. Look what happens with the wind. I want you to see something. Okay, so at the surface, we've got right over Terman, we've got that northerly push, northwesterly, and then we've got an easterly moving into Arlington, how everything is converging, and then you've got updraft, so you can actually follow it and see how it's going up. Now I'm going to go a little bit higher up in the atmosphere. Hey, Joey Malibu just joined us. Do you see how now the winds are coming from the west? So now we're seeing it's a veering situation, which means as the storm is moving, the winds are going clockwise, okay? Now, what's interesting about that is you're tapping into some colder air. Does that still scare me for any type of tornadic feature? No. But we're seeing we are definitely seeing some hail. And it looks like the hail's growing in size. This guy's, he's tricky. He's tricky. He's a little tricky guy. Okay. And we're seeing a lot of these areas where the winds are converging. Okay. Meaning like, even look at this. Oh, look at that. Okay. All right, here we go. We're headed to Savannah, Georgia, or just over Statesboro in Georgia. Shawnee, just south of Shawnee, just west of Rincon. This is the storm cell right here. So this populated from a special weather statement to a severe thunderstorm warning that has been issued by the National Weather Service. Let's do a quick looky-loo and see exactly what timing. So Bullitt County, southeastern Georgia, Effingham County, and southeastern Georgia until 6:45 p.m. There was a severe thunderstorm located over Stilson, moving at 10 miles per hour. So we've been saying this. These aren't fast movers, but those slow-moving storm systems, hi, Joey, those slow-moving storm systems can absolutely be a problem when it comes to flooding, okay? So just keep that in mind. Once again, guys, this is meteorologist Erica Martine with Weather Co-op or Weather Meets Media. I do hope you guys are joining us on our YouTube channel. That's where we're posting a lot of our episodes as well. And we have a really good episode. We're talking about air quality. And as a matter of fact, do you guys mind if I hit the air quality map for 1 second? I actually am curious about it when it comes to what's happening over New Mexico, because we saw those dust storms, okay, that were reported by the National. Whoa. Yikes. So these are our aerosol properties. Holy smokes. This is just not good at all. So if many of you are suffering from clearly some kind of discomfort, you can see here that we have a really bad situation when it comes to our aerosol situation and our particulate matter. And let's go ahead and move on into our current temperatures. Now, I'm actually just clicking through this because I need to have the mouse handy in case I see anything just fire up as far as storms go. Populating in real time. Look at this. You guys, real time. Okay, so Wichita 79 degrees, Kansas City 64. We were seeing these active storms moving through The southeast, well, the Gulf states into the southeast, and look at these temps. Whoa, lots of 80s, upper 80s. And then notice how we had 80s down here in Texas, through Albuquerque, Phoenix in the 70s. You can kind of get a really good idea of where that area of low pressure is. You see my little blue hand. And then there you can see how everything is being impacted by that warm air. Miami, 80, San Juan, Puerto Rico, 80. Okay, wind direction, we're seeing, I mean, it's pretty obvious, right? We've got lots of southerly winds, a southerly influence there. We've got a northerly influence for the northeast and the Pacific Northwest, seeing a bit of a variable wind profile ranging from a southwesterly wind in Seattle to a westerly in Portland and Whiteford, northerly winds for you. But let's look at these wind speeds. I knew this would be a good story. Look, so right around the winds are converging. So you see, like right around the plains. So as we kind of move from the southern plains up through the central plains and the north plains, so the Rockies, can you see how everything is tightening up and squeezing together, right? Okay, so now we're looking at what's happening here. As these squeeze together, look at where these gradients are leading us to our sustained wind speed. 26 miles per hour in Albuquerque, 27 in Garden City, Danbury at 24 miles per hour, and Thermopolis, you guys have a wind profile of 20 miles per hour. I don't want to fall. Salt Lake City, 17 miles per hour. Who else has an interesting wind profile? Des Moines at 17, Sioux Falls at 15, and Denver, 12 miles per hour. Charleston, 14, Jacksonville, 11. Shout out to Jacksonville. Holy smokes. I got to tell you, they got one of my favorite players. Shout out to Jacksonville Jaguars. Holy smokes, man. They got one of the best. I mean, I can't believe they got Travis Hunter. I thought we were going to get Travis Hunter on the Patriots, so I'm kind of really bummed about that. I'm happy. I'm happy we have Mike Vrabel. That's about all I'm happy about. Besides that, I'm like, I really wanted Travis Hunter. I was like, Try Hunt. I mean, I don't know what his name is, but nickname, but I wanted him on our team. So bad. But you know what? Congrats to Jacksonville. All right, let's head back to our storm system, guys. This is why I don't do sports, because I think if I did sports, I would be so emotional. Whoa, tornado watch is issued by the National Weather Service, guys. We are headed into the Dakotas and Nebraska. This guy right here. Are you guys watching this with me? I hope you guys are enjoying this quick little episode, which I thought was going to be quick here at Weather Co-op, turned out to be. Whoa, nothing but sheer adventure, thunderstorm adventure. Wow, look at this guy. Okay, do I think this guy's impressive? Well, first of all, we have to respect the fact that we're just seeing some signatures that would indicate that we have some tornado. We have ingredients. We know that, right? That's not a problem. What I'm going to do here is quickly talk about the counties. So 15 counties in Nebraska. Cherry, Thomas, Jewell, Garden, Sheridan, Chase, Hayes, Lincoln, Perkins, Keith, Arthur, Grant, Logan, McPherson, Hooker. This includes the cities of Arthur, Big Springs, Champion, Chappelle, Enders, Gordon, Grant, Halsey, Hayes, Center, Hyannis, Imperial. I don't know if it's Hyannis or Hyannis. We call it Hyannisport, so I don't know. Llewellyn, Mullen, North Platte, Ogallala, know that, Oshkosh, Paxton, Ringgold, Rushville, Stapleton, Thedford, Tryon, Valentine, and Winetta. All right, guys, so now we're seeing tornado watches issued by the National Weather Service. We're going to be tracking this for you guys very, very closely. We were supposed to do a quick 10-minute hit, and now we're like, at minute 30, 35. All right, I'm meteorologist Erica Martine, certified by the American Meteorological Society, Weather Ready Nation ambassador with over 185,000 miles of storm tracking under my belt with my husband, who's phenomenal. He's doing a great job as well. So right now we're just looking at this right here. I'm going to go ahead and try to get a sweeping radar. If I have to check out of it, don't worry, I'll check back into it. See, it does this every once in a while and will lock me in. Do you see this see what happens here? When these start to fire up, we get locked in there. No worries. We'll just go and we'll keep watching this guy right here until this just kind of times itself out. So right now we're seeing this storm cell that's moving northeast of Dalton, northwest of Oshkosh, tapping into what's a very interesting situation with the winds. And he's just getting started. He's just ramping. This was the storm cell that was moving through the Rockies, and now he's just like beelining it for the plains. He's like, I'm going to the Great Plains. Thank you very much. Actually, I think that's a smarter. If I'm the storm cell, I would say I think that's a smarter situation because you're going to be tapping into some more variable winds, and you're also giving a lot more possibility for the storm cell to just live a little bit longer, right? This is just about the storm cell living as it continues to move across the lower 48. So in this case, moving through the Great Plains, guys. Let's see if we can get this populating once again. It might not happen, but that's okay. We'll just keep it moving. Not a big deal. So this is a storm cell. Oh, okay, this guy's firing up. So there's a little bit of a delay on this storm cell. Don't worry, just stay here. We got you covered. Dalton is probably in the clear now. Wow, and this whole area is tornado watch. Okay, let's see if we can just get this going. Let me see if I can just continue this along. Might not be able to. Hopefully I won't have to shut this down, but I might have to reset it. And here's the reason why. In full disclosure, I have let this system of ours run for a few hours, which is why I had our CTO coming in. Oh, it's okay. Yeah, we're watching this very closely right now, and we're making sure that we have our data time moving through. Right now, we're just at 1 out. Was it? No, we're at a 3 hour loop right now. Okay, guys. And hopefully we can get this situated just one moment. Let me see if I can get this going. Yeah, just stuck a long one. Let's see. Usually my clicker's handy dandy. Anyways, so as I was telling you guys earlier, we have the major concern for this region here, like up through the UP, northern UP really, which makes a lot of sense, even though we're seeing some mid-level, I don't know why we're going to talk about a positive tilt at the mid-levels. I actually think it might start to tilt neutral and then negative. And once it does, then we're going to see a big problem there, because anytime we're tapping into that colder air, see, here's the thing, cold air and warm, juicy Gulf air in general, like they don't like each other. So anytime you get that situation, that's where you're going to start to see a big problem. So what we're getting right now, moving through just northwest of Oshkosh, we are seeing that there is an increasingly volatile storm system, which is why this area is under a tornado watch, including Tryon, Mullen, Ogallala, and North Platte, and Hyannis, along with Oshkosh. We talked about the counties that were involved here. So, guys, this is what we're tracking for you right now. And if we could possibly get this guy moving, we might be able to see what's happening here. So we have a bit of a delay on our storm system here. But guys, this is a very important feature we're watching right now, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and look at another product here and see if we can just drag over what I'm looking at here. So yeah, we have another severe thunderstorm watch that is in a warning, rather, in effect for the Florida Panhandle, parts of Southeast Georgia, as well as northern Mississippi, okay? And hopefully we can get this going. There we go. We're back in business, guys. There we go. Thank you for waiting. I'm meteorologist Erica Martin with Weather Co-op. Some of you waited, some of you didn't. And for those of you who didn't, right? Don't call me when you got to track these storm cells. Okay, so here we are. Once again, I'm going to try to get a sweeping radar. I don't know why this thing is coming out. Let's get our sweeping radar. Yeah, our sweeping radar doesn't want to do this right now. It's fine. We're just going to get off of that for one moment. And we're going to just focus here on this feature, on this storm cell, and then we're going to get back to what's happening across Mississippi. Now we're seeing 2 severe thunderstorm watches issued for the Florida Panhandle. Let me get to that quickly. And a special weather statement. So this is the guy we're going to be watching here, moving through Glendora, Oxford. This one is just expanded, right? I still don't see this being issue just yet. This storm cell looks a little intriguing, okay? And then here's another one that's firing up. Wow, yeah, that's the problem. So we're still in. Oh, here, this is what I was looking for right here. I saw this one fire up. This is what I was looking at from far away. Here we go. I'm all like, I promise I wasn't gonna curse. Okay, guys, so here we are. We're looking at these whoa, these are pretty gnarly. So this is the one I'm looking at right here. I'm gonna go back to like an hour. Let me go back to an hour, okay? We're gonna just loop this for 1 hour. this? What is it look like? Yeah, if anything's looking really interesting right here. Okay. So this is severe thunderstorm warning. You guys know this color mustard. These are good size hail. And then let's see if we get anything else that would indicate that this could be a really big problem. Let me see if I can get a different contour up here and then include that for you guys. Absolute vorticity. Okay. Let's see if we get any firing up. Yeah, this is like a hot pocket here. I'm going to remove this quickly for you guys and show you guys why this is a problem. Yeah, Indian Ford. Was that Indian Ford? That was Indian Ford. Let's look at the value of what this absolute vorticity is. Okay, not the highest value. Okay, can you see that right there? Okay, these are going to be. Let's actually keep this. Let's go back to where the tornado warning or tornado watch was issued. Okay. Yeah, see this guy right here. All right. Were we in this area? I think we were, right? Yeah, we were in Nebraska. This is a tornado warned area. Let's go ahead and add this over this. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, this guy's just crossing north of Lisco. Let me just see if I can get a closer town, okay? It's kind of important. Lisco, Nebraska. Let's see. So this is along Route 26. He's just looks like he's crossing Route 26. Moving towards Crescent Lake National Wildlife Refuge, which is why we're not seeing anything else, right? So he's moving over Route 26, and let me see what other towns or what other. He's moving into Road 161. This is in Nebraska, and this is in a wildlife refuge. Okay, so anything we see here is probably going to be like, maybe not reported right away, but this is an area of interest as far as a tornado watch issued by the National Weather Service. So now I'm going to take this off and I'm going to go right back to our radar and our wind profile along with our watches. Now I talked about how we were concerned with what was happening as far as wintry type weather. Let's quickly take a look at what's happening here. We have a frost advisory issued by the National Weather Service. So Kentucky, West Virginia, you guys have seen this dance play out a few times along with Virginia. And then we've got some special weather statements issued here. I want to take a quick look at these. So patchy frost possible in rural sheltered valleys and low-lying locations late tonight and early Monday morning. So this is going to be something that's going to be very alarming for sensitive vegetation plants. People may have already put their plants out. Also outdoor plumbing in general, but outdoor plumbing, and just give yourself a little extra time for your Monday morning. You do not want to be like defrosting your car and just late for work. Okay. So this is kind of a heads up for that. Combination of a dry air mass, light winds, we know what causes patchy frost or frost in general. And if you don't, let me know. If you want to know more about patchy frost or frost in general, I'm happy to give you guys a little bit more of a detailed course in that. Okay. If you will. But I think frost is fascinating, the way it forms and what it takes to form frost. And a lot of times people get caught off guard with frost in the morning. I just kind of get more in here. I've got my sweatshirt on and all the lights on me. Okay, once again, guys, it's Sunday and we're here at Weather Co-op where we're doing some upgrades to our computer system, but saw these storms firing up and now we got to get busy on the storm. So here's a quick little bit of information. We're going to see temperatures in the upper 30s, overnight lows. And let's see. The frost occurs sensitive plants and vegetation can be damaged. This is pretty much what we just said. So, guys, just be aware of that. If you have friends, family, colleagues, people that you don't even like in this area, you want to make sure that their plants are okay. You know what? Maybe you want to make amends. This is the time to let them know that their plants need to be brought indoors, okay? It's a nice way of saying sorry, maybe making amends. So weather brings everybody together. weather brings everybody together, which is why Weather Cup is where weather meets community. And guys, we are going to continue to watch these. No surprise here that we're seeing flood alerts issued by the National Weather Service. Because I told you guys, even though these aren't, this little guy's just been like, oh my God, he's so slow. But a problem, right? You can dump a lot of water and you can see some good size hail or decent size hail. This here is our severe thunderstorm warned area. And don't see anything that could give us any indication that we could see a funnel cloud or tornado. But this area here is going to be a problem for tomorrow. Okay, this whole area. Okay, whoa, Ohio Valley, Mississippi Valley, up northward. And right now we're watching this, and you guys saw earlier we had some reports of some dust storms. Okay, let's go back to our reports, local reports. Oh, we have a report here. No, that was past, may have been past 24 hours. Let's take a quick look past 3 hours. Yeah, see. So that thunderstorm, that tornado that you saw there. Let's go back to, let's see where we clocked that. 12 hours? Nope. 24 hours? No. Let's look at that quickly. Okay, here we go. So this was reported in the last 24 hours. Okay, so in New Mexico, which makes sense because of the storms that were moving through. So this was 24 hours ago. Let's see what we're seeing here. These are likely to be, okay, so 5:40 p.m., 5:48 p.m. yesterday, we had a tornado that was reported, broadcast media, whatever. Tornado issued by the public. That's a little bit more, I think, hardy and more important and more substantial. Reported by public via social media, shows a tornado near Acme, New Mexico. Bitter Lake Wild, Chavez County, New Mexico. Now, what's interesting here is that once again, they say the social media video shows tornado on the ground. You guys know that is not to be said. It's like, it doesn't make sense. It's counter, it's contrarian, right? As far as a tornado on the ground, you might say a funnel cloud on the ground, which is a tornado. But once a tornado is a tornado, it's already on the ground. Okay, please, guys, if you don't listen to anything else, just some of the common sense stuff, please listen to me because I don't want you guys to say I heard this on Weather Co-op, and it's like, no, you didn't, because I didn't say that. That's for sure. A tornado on the ground is a faux pas. It's a no-no. A funnel cloud on the ground and then a tornado, completely different things. All right, just work with me here so I can keep you guys like, you know, adapt when it comes to this stuff. And also, like, if you're ever in a bind and you don't have anything to talk about, you can say, hey, did you happen to know that a funnel cloud, unless it touches the ground, is still considered a funnel cloud? Once a funnel cloud hits the ground, it's a tornado. Might get you out of some, you know, dastardly situations socially, right? So just something to keep you guys, helping you guys out. Dust storm reported today. This one actually was reported today because this is for the past 24 hours. Let's go ahead and just change our local storm report time because we don't need to go that far back. We just go 3 hours, okay? We already talked about those dust storms that were reported. We talked about the non-thunderstorm related wind gust situation. We're getting some more populating here in Idaho, one of my favorite states. So beautiful. And this guy, he's like, doo-doo-doo. But as he's doing this, he's moving quite slow. Look at what he's tapping into here. He's a smart little guy. I told you, he was way down here, okay? This guy was like moving through Colorado. And he's like, you know what? This is for the birds. I'm not going to continue north or northwestward. Well, Coriolis wouldn't allow it to. But I'm going to continue to have this guy. I'm going to go northeast. It's like the path of least resistance. And honestly, it is just the path of most like dynamic potential. So this guy's like, he's trying to continue to live, right? He's like, okay, let's just go ahead and ventilate our little engine here. Let's just keep going here. Do you see he's tapping into that southerly moisture from the Gulf of America? The Gulf, okay? And you can see that he's also just continuing to move northeastward. Let's look at the mid-level, right? Let's just go to like 500 millibars here. Let's see what he's doing. Wow, he's nice and warm at 500 millibars. Let's go to 700 millibars. We're going to come back down now, okay? He's going tight. Wow. All right, let's watch this guy. Let's just watch him. Let's keep an eye on him. Let me see if my little splicing dice is working now. Might be. Bugging me a little bit here. Nope, Sometimes it'll do it. No, it's not doing it. We're going to keep this area watch. We're going to watch this area, okay? We're going to keep it in that like red little box so that we know exactly where we're going back to, okay? So keep it right here with me at Weather Cobra Weather Meets Community, guys. This is a wonderful Sunday here in Southern California where conditions are, they're rather dry. Relative humidity is low. I wouldn't be surprised if we start to see some type of concern for some weather. We're getting some returns. Look at this here. Okay, Frazier Park, just southeast of Cuyama. We're getting some returns here. So this looks like orographics, stuff at the higher levels of the atmosphere. You're even getting a little bit of a wintry type mix there. Do you see the gray? Do you see the pink? Pine Mountain Club, Frazier Park. Frazier Park, you always get some good weather that moves through. Santa Barbara also getting some light sprinkles. Now we have to make sure it's all making it to the ground. California City, same deal for you. And apart from that, in SoCal, we're still high and dry. We're getting that northerly push there. And again, this is a big concern over here across the desert Southwest. And then we have these storm cells here. And we've got a report here of some flooding, unfortunately. 2:45 p.m. Let's see. A water rescue occurred. Yeah, it's at Howell County Road, 9330 north of Highway 142 at Myatt Creek. All occupants were out of the vehicle. Thank you so much to our emergency managers. Guys, give them a shout out. Emergency managers in Lanton County, Missouri. Howell County, Missouri. Lanton, Missouri. Lanton is the city. Howell is the county. And in fact, I'll give you the coordinates, which is 36.53 north, 91.75 west. Okay, guys? So once again, I'm meteorologist Erica Martin with Weather Cobra Weather Meets Community. Thank you so much for joining me on this impromptu storm tracking. I'd be curious to watch this guy right here, okay? Here, this is the guy we're going to watch, okay? We're going to watch this very closely in this area. Precip rate, wow. Precip rate is over 5.5 inches per hour. Okay, so this is a very alarming situation. And I believe we're going to get some more flooding. So let's see who else joined us. Syncmaster, Rider 11969. Jaden, hi Jaden. I hope you're doing well. It was so fun meeting you. You are awesome. And Henry McGriff, hi Henry. Who else do we have? Camille on the Coast. I feel like Camille on the Coast joins a lot, and I'm really grateful. Thank you so much, Camille on the Coast. Rick Moses always joins us. He's awesome. Let's see. Do you have some? Wait, looks like we have some new people. Dagmar, 1962. Thank you. Monstaduque. Okay, let's spell this out. Monztaduque, 1990. Let's see who else. Javier Nietos. Yeah, a lot of great people have joined us. Thank you so much for joining us here. John Funk 5, Luke 42970. This is a fun name. Jay Fornicator. Come on. Come on. I'm saying it because I can say that, but come on. Help me out here. Don't put me in that awkward situation. SL Williams 418. I feel like I've seen SL Williams join our live streams as well. So thank you so much for joining us. TW Glass 119, 1934 GB. Wool. Hey, thank you so much. Appreciate it. Thank you guys for joining us. Once again, I'm meteorologist Erica Martin. I promised you guys I was going to only go on for an hour. Or 10 minutes. It's an hour. I did not promise you guys an hour. I promised you guys 10 minutes, and it was an hour. So I hope you guys are enjoying your Sunday fun day. And gosh, guys, there's a lot of weather going on here. Still looking at this guy right here, okay? This is the storm cell of interest right now. All right, lots of hail reports. Flooding as well, and this guy right here. I'm just trying to see before I sign off. Could we get? Hold on. Let me add one more thing. I just can't leave you guys hanging like this. If I know there might be something, I don't know. I'm not too concerned about this going. But you know what? Let's just look at it one more time. Give me 1 minute. Okay, let's see here. And let's turn this on. We're just gonna do significant radar. Yeah. See, these are low values. So I added a product on here called Significant Tornado Parameter. It's the ECMWF North America at 9. Well, it's not ECMWF at 9 kilometers. So I don't know. I think this isn't a huge issue, but we'll watch this very closely, of course, here at Weather Co-op, where weather meets community. Guys, I'm so happy you guys joined us. Okay, let me get this. Maybe I can get my sweeping reader on now. It's kind of a little bit of a terror before, but like my sleeping radar was a pain in my butt earlier. Let's see here. Let's see if I can get my sweeping radar back up. You know, sometimes it'll just do that. Sometimes these radar sites get knocked down or they're compromised because of the weather that's moving through. But let's see if we can get something in Nebraska. Good old Nebraska. Okay, Nebraska. We'll just do Omaha. We're here. But no, let's not take too long. All right, guys, we're looking at Omaha, Nebraska Doppler radar. Let's see if we pick up anything here. Give it a second. Let me give it an hour loop, right? Even though it says 3 hour sat rad loop, don't worry, it's an hour loop, guys. Okay. Let me click on Nebraska. I'm gonna do velocity. It might not give me anything. Let's see. Let's go. Oh, we're at the fish play. Get it together, girl. Okay, here we go. Let me try to pull up another radar site in Nebraska. Thanks guys for being patient. I'm really gonna pull these up for you. Okay. Before I pull that one up, let's see who else we have. Grand Island. Grand Island, love it. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not loving our Doppler radar. Let's see. Let's go back down. Or were you? I should have just grabbed that one. Darn it. Grand Island. Let's just do that one, okay? Let's just see what happens. Let's see if we pick something up here. It can happen, and if anything, I might just pick something in Dakotas, okay? Just so that we get something, okay? Yeah. 3D ball. Let's see. Let's see if I can do this now, okay? I might be able to get this for you guys now. Yeah. Okay. See, this is what thank you guys for being patient. Okay. This is what I want. Upfront jog, Henry McGriff. Thank you guys for joining us. This is what I wanted to get to you guys quickly. Oh, for heaven's sake. Okay. So you say we're pulling in a lot of good air, right? But it's not a very high storm. It's not a very tall storm system. I don't see this becoming stronger. Okay. So I'm going to leave it right here. You guys, thank you so much for joining me. And I hope you guys have a wonderful Sunday. And if I get any more updates, I'll make sure I'll include it right there. But thank you so much for joining me on a Sunday fun day to do a quick impromptu weather update. Bye.